This is my second session, so I'll be becoming a full-time member from March, and then I'll be a guest.
Welcome. Great. Are you all ready for a Christmas Toastmasters meeting?
Yes.
Okay, wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and very happy 2017. And just to announce at the beginning, we have a meeting today and also tomorrow at IITM between 10 and 12. So those of you who can make it, please come to IITM tomorrow between 10 and 12. So, what do we discuss now? How many of you really, in the name of love and affection to your fellow friends, family members, you avoid stretching them? You jump in and help them immediately. How many of you do that? Have you ever felt that it's good to stretch them rather than helping them? Even after many times of doing that? So do you at least realize just jumping in and helping doesn't necessarily help them? I had a very interesting experience about 10 years back. I had to get some orthopedic equipment from one of my friends. They went to a small shop which is of this size, and it's all for physically challenged people, all kinds of equipment. So when I walked in, the owner was actually reading a magazine. The work was done by a person who was crippled, and he was actually crawling and helping. The whole entire store was designed so that he could reach all the racks and then help them. So he pointed me to a corner where 3 customers were there, and then this guy was helping. He finished helping them very quickly, and they went and asked him what I wanted. I was very surprised. The owner was just sitting there doing nothing. Right? Then, so for my nature, like many of you who raise the hands, I am a guy who jumps in and helps out and doesn't really stretch people. But this guy said, I had to wait for 15 minutes. He has to go to the nearby warehouse and pick it up because I was talking in the shop. So I said, I'll wait. He just crawled out. I went to help him. The owner said, no need to help him. So I was really shocked. So this guy just crawled out. He had a tricycle, hand pedal. He went out. So I was just waiting for him to come back. And again, obviously, I was not at all happy with the owner, whom I thought was the most inhuman person I had met. The guy walked in and he wanted to check on prosthetic legs available for his nephew who had lost one of his legs in an accident. So he was just shopping around, and then this guy said there are 3 types of legs. At least we had wooden, steel, and graphite. Then immediately the customer said, I want graphite. I know that's the best, I'll take it. So this guy said, so no sir, you start with the wooden leg. This guy got angry actually. I have all the money and now I want the best for my nephew. But the owner, whom I was not at all happy till that point, told something which completely altered my thinking. He simply said, don't give him the best. You need to give him the wooden prosthetic first, and after a year probably try the steel, and then finally when his leg is adjusted, give him the graphite, and by the time he may be ready to run. So simply, the best you can do to anybody is to stretch them. So that completely changed, and then I went back in my life, and like many of you raised their hands, I am a culprit of actually jumping in and then helping other people. It's not about helping, it's about are you really taking a step back and allowing them to get up and then stretch themselves. So think about it. So with that, we will move on to the main part of the meeting. We thought we will bring you Santa from Helsinki. In case any of you didn't know, he lives in Helsinki now. So yesterday when he boarded the flight, everything was fine in Helsinki except that he loves the window seat. So at the check-in counter they said you will get a window seat. And he boards the flight, he is sitting in a window seat without a window. I had never personally experienced, but this is what Santa told me, and I have to really board a window flight with the window seat and then not having a window. So I was very upset when I went and picked him up in the airport today. So I asked him, what do you do? This only this 2 weeks he's a Santa, otherwise he's a salesman, husband, he's a wife, sorry, he's a father, I'm sorry. Father. So he says whether he plays the role of husband, father, or a Santa, it's the same. Today is a Santa, tomorrow is going to be somebody else. So we thought in his busy schedule, we got him just for 2 hours to attend monthly meeting. So here we have Master of Ceremony, or what we call Toastmaster of the Day, Abhijit Padran on stage, please.
say it back. Come on, once again, let's try. Ho, ho, ho. Yes. Now you feel Christmassy?
Yep.
So tell me, how many of you look forward to Christmas as a holiday more than a way of celebrating a great prophet's arrival into earth? I'm sorry, I can't see what you're doing. Now it's good. Yeah. Sorry for the disruption because I could not see your responses. So tell me once again, how many of you look forward to it as a series of holidays more than a prophet's arrival upon earth? Good. I am very much in that group. I look forward to Christmas because it's a time when I can go to my Christian friends, hug upon the food that their houses serve. It's again something that I really look forward to because it's a time when a lot of my friends who are settled in the western part of the world come to India because everything shuts up in Europe and US. So that's a time I get to meet a lot of my old school friends, college friends. And it's a time where normally people eat, drink with very little sleep in between. So it's a time which gives me a lot of good memories. And for the last 5-6 years, it's a time that I get to don this red suit very often. This is not the first time I'm doing it, and this is the first time that I'm wearing something which is not giving me the perfect vision. So that's the reason why I've taken it off. Sorry if suddenly Santa appeared without a white beard, and I'm trying with the beard bit, but it takes time to get to the white bit. It doesn't happen overnight. So welcome you all to Medley Toastmasters. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas tomorrow. Celebrate with your friends, families. Have the best of your time tomorrow. At any Toastmasters meeting, like Mohan was explaining, Toastmaster of the day is the person who's like the master of ceremonies. He runs the show. So today I am running the show for you guys. I am hoping that you have a very good entertaining session at 5 o'clock when you finish and leave the room. You feel that, God, I felt good. I need to come back here again. I need to come back here again and meet these wonderful people again, not only for the coffee and snacks at the end, but more because I get to enjoy the conversations and the speeches that they are going to deliver. And for that, each session is divided into 3 parts. First part is what we call as a prepared speech session, where there are few speakers. If you could just have a look at your agendas, there are few speakers who would come here and deliver a speech, basis a set of objectives that are given to them on a manual. We'll go through the details of that when the speakers come on stage. Second bit is what we call the evaluation, where the speakers who gave the speeches are evaluated basis objectives mentioned in the manuals. So the evaluators are again amongst the peers in the Toastmasters Club. They give feedback, basis objectives, as well as certain generic speaking and speech giving techniques that the speakers can use to improve their speeches in future. And third bit and most exciting bit that I enjoy most in Toastmasters is something that we call as table topics, where it is an impromptu session where somebody is randomly picked among the audience members. He is given a choice of topics and then he has to speak on it for a set duration of time without any preparation. So that is where you get to think on your feet and deliver something instantly. And to help me and the session run, we have an evaluators team led by somebody called as a general evaluator. For today's session, we have Toastmaster Lokesh, who's becoming a Santa these days because we don't get to see him very often. So welcoming Lokesh, the general evaluator, to explain his duties and introduce the evaluators.
Thank you, Santa, the Toastmaster of the day. Well, it's Christmas season, and the thing that came to my mind was the movie that I watched yesterday. I was fortunate to watch that movie. It's actually based on a theme of love and compassion. So, how many of you have watched this movie called Hacksaw Ridge? It's a very recently launched movie, released movie. And this movie, since most of you haven't watched, I'll briefly tell about the theme of the movie. It speaks about the Second World War between America and Japan, where a person named Doss is willing to serve his country, but he's deeply adhered to the fact that he should not kill anyone. So, how will one serve his country in the war but not kill anyone? So, he has the firm belief that he won't use arms in the war. But against all odds put by his own colleagues in the army, who tells that he should not go to the battlefield without arms, he was even put in the jail. But he later went to the battlefield and he served as a medic, where he can take the wounded soldiers out of this battlefield and they can be treated. So what happens is this guy was so much of love and compassion was filled in this guy's heart that he started taking out even the Japanese wounded soldiers. So it happened that in one night he saved around 75 soldiers, and that made even the entire army to support him for this cause. And from the next day, after his prayer, they went to the battlefield. So that was his belief. So I firmly believe that Christianity is about Christmas is about love and compassion. So let's all have love and compassion on this day. And I recommend you guys to watch that movie if you're free this weekend. So to move to the meeting of the day, so we have 4 speakers and 4 evaluators. Apart from the evaluators, we also have the tag team, the timer, our counter, and grammarian who will keep track of the time, the pauses, and the grammar of the speakers. So to quickly introduce the timer for the day is Toastmaster Azhar. He's working in Cognizant and he's very much passionate about traveling, and he tells that he's interested in dancing as well. So let's put our hands together and welcome Azhar to introduce about this.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hi guys, my name is Azhar and I am the timer of today's meeting. So basically I will be having 3 cards with me, that is the green, yellow and the red one. And each and every speaker will have an allotted time for their speeches. They run even for table topics, for prepared speeches, and as well as for the evaluations. So whenever the speaker reaches the minimum time, I will be showing the green card. When he reaches the time midway between the minimum time and the maximum time, I will be showing the yellow card. And when he reaches the maximum time, I will be showing the red card. And extra 30 seconds will be given as a grace time to wrap up their speeches. And at the end of the meeting, I'll list out the names of the qualified speakers and also let you all know the time taken by each and every speaker. So all the best for the speakers. Over to you, G.
Thank you, timer. It's time for the R counter, which is played by Toastmaster Ravi, who is working as a business analyst in airline industry, to introduce about his role.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and welcome guest. My duty as an R counter is to listen the verbal distractions such as you know, and so, but, and other words. And I will also keep tracking of the repeated words like DB, IA. Lastly, I will keep tracking of the long pauses when they are distraction. I will keep track of the speaker errors in the rating of each speaker, and I will give the report when general when call upon the general evaluator. Over to you, General.
Thank you, Ravi. Next is the grammarian, which will be played by Toastmaster Jamuna, who is actually a housewife, and she has been an active Toastmaster and who is known for her energetic speeches in meeting. So let's put our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Jamuna.
I'm your grammarian today, and I need to introduce the word of the day today. So the word of the day is candid. Candid, it's an adjective, and candidly, adverb, and the meaning is very honest, sincere, frank. And examples, this is my candid feedback, these are my candid views. And in Toastmasters, evaluators are giving the feedback candidly. So I want you to clap hands whenever the speakers use the word of the week, the theme of the week. I'll give the report at the end of the session.
Thank you. So we in Toastmasters have a multi-dimensional evaluation for a speech. So I wondered why this is necessary. When I came across a sharing made by my friend who said that he was evaluated for his project, not just for his for the stuff that he had in his project. He was a guy who had a project proposal which he wanted to become an entrepreneur, and he went to a venture capitalist. Venture capitalist is a person who funds for budding entrepreneurs. So what happened is, this guy, apart from being evaluated for his project proposal, he was evaluated much more. Example, he was questioned like, you weren't wearing this expensive watch when you came last time. So that made him think like whether he was thinking that he's a spendthrift. And he was also evaluated for the food that he had during their dinner session. And when he started panting during their climbing up the staircase, he started asking him, are you suffering from breathing problems? So that made him think that evaluation is not just the one-dimensional way of evaluating only your project or only your speech content, but it's much about evaluating your grammar, your body language, and much more. So I think Toastmasters have put together a wonderful framework where a speaker is evaluated in much more pattern than just his speech content. So for each speaker to become a better speaker. So I think let's go forward for the evaluation session after the speech session is over. So to take us through the speech session and the debut topic session is have the Chief Toastmaster of the day back on stage.
Thank you for introducing the role players today. So today for the meeting we have Christmas as our theme. Now I'll do certain questions in between which will give you certain goodies which I have in my hand. It will be something which could be related to Christmas, it could be something related to anything around holidays. It need not necessarily be Christmas. So to begin off, and before I begin off, rules are you need to raise your hands. I will not give out chocolates to people who just shout out the answers. Okay. So you always see Christmas, Santa Claus associated with the color red. Can anybody tell me how that Christmas red association began?
Blood of Jesus.
I asked you to raise your hands. No, it's not. Yes.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Can you tell me how Coca-Cola is involved in this?
Because Santa Claus is an imaginary character. So actually, while introducing Coca-Cola brand, they gave this color. This would be not very sure, but I'm just guessing. This would be correct for curiosity something. Not very
He's
sure.
right. Santa Claus became red because of. Can you tell your name?
Myself, Anish.
A round of applause for Anish. So Santa became red because Coca-Cola wanted to market their products. Red is their corporate color. So they made Santa red in early 1900s because they wanted the world to identify with holidays and spirit of celebration with something that goes along with their product. So that is how Coca-Cola became, Santa Claus became red. And Coca-Cola became the ambassador for getting Santa Claus on this manner. So they were not just the ones who made Santa red, they also made him a fat man with a flowing white beard and about 70, 80 years of age. Because that was the first actor that they could get their hands on. So that is how Santa became a fat old man with a couple of reindeers and the whole folklore began added to that. So that's our first question of the day. Thank you, Anish, for the answer. And let's get on with the speeches now. So today we have 3 speakers who are giving their first speech in Toastmasters Club ever. So for the first speech, we have a set objective criteria. For the first speaker, Siddhika is the evaluator today. Let me ask Siddhika to read out the objectives.
Toastmaster Arthur is giving his CC1 the icebreaker. His objectives are to begin speaking before an audience and discover speaking skills that you already have and skills that need some attention. The time is 4 to 6 minutes.
So Arvind